Hi guys, Derp Nerd here, launching my all-in-one spacecraft design. My huge, massive thingamajobby blobby thing. So this is a ridiculously large build, for me anyway, not part-wise, but just size-wise. And the whole point is that it can go to Duna and do everything in one trip. Now I've had a similar launch like this before, but this one is much more capable. So on the top, you can see there's like a shuttle thing with a bunch of RCS on it. Now what that can do is that will rearrange different modules. This is very modular design. Right below that, the main shaft, you can, there goes the first stage. You can see we have the space station there with the science module. And at the bottom, there's a nuclear engine, well, 4 nuclear engines, you can kind of see it there, along with a couple fuel tanks. Attached to the side are 2 of the new giant fuel tanks, not the full size, but the half size, and those are going to be for refueling stuff. And on top of that, we have the 2 base landers, and each of those have a little rover on the side. So hanging off the side, we have nuclear engines, and those are all attached to adapters, which can be used to make basically a modular shuttle. So I'm going to take this shuttle, or this rearranger I'll call it, and it has enough delta V to land and take off from Duna. So we're going to use that to land next to our base, transfer Kerbals up and down. Right now we're carrying about 13 Kerbals, including Bill and Bob. Jebediah is currently on a mission, quite literally. He hasn't died, he's on the return trip home. This is my career mode save, but I've already unlocked everything. And yeah. Okay, so both of the bases have like science modules on them, and engines, and this is going to be a hairy decoupling here. So we're going to watch this. This one was what exploded everything last night, which is why I throttled down for a little bit. This stuff explodes, but we're okay. Notice I forgot struts on the middle, so you can already see the 2, the stage bobbling a lot. I sped this up a little. It's 1.5 times speed. It's because the game slowed down real-time speed a little bit. So and it was like 10 minutes, and I was like, holy crap. Alright, so now you can see kind of the adapter a little better. But yeah, this thing is modular, so the whole idea is we're going to go to Duna, get the space station in orbit, and then we're going to drop off the 2 bases and have them land in 2 relatively separate areas, so like maybe one in a crater, maybe one right outside the crater. You know, so we can use the tiny rovers to get back and forth if we need to. And so we're doing our circularization right now. Well, not the full circularization, I'm trying to get into orbit. But yeah, and then the shuttle will go up and down, drop off guys, and the shuttle will also, using one of the engine attachments, or maybe even 2, because I can also detach the side fuel things, and then put engines underneath it, and I plan on going to Ike with it. So that's the idea. We're gonna keep doing the series till 0.24 comes out. I know it's probably relatively soon. Nice sunrise there. And yeah, I actually kind of over-prepared on this one. I didn't realize it, but I have a lot of fuel right now, and we're almost into orbit, so we're gonna actually be left with some fuel in the 2 big tanks towards the bottom. Now, none of the fuel is draining from the ship itself, so as soon as I decouple, everything is, you know, self-contained. We don't have to refuel this. The whole idea behind it was an all-in-one launch. Getting that apoapsis us up, so you got a lot of fuel left. Looks pretty cool. And yeah, so this is also the ship I did the tech demo with. It was actually right after this launch. I saved it, and then I did the demo, and then I reloaded. But yeah, so it's basically like really modular. It's pretty cool. You notice I showed you the max fuel there. and we're just going to be flying this thing around. The other suggestion I got to go to was Lathe, and Lathe would be great because it's actually something the Kerbals could colonize. Mind you, Lathe's atmosphere, if you look at the Kerbal Wiki and a couple other sources, never says it has enough oxygen to support Kerbal life. It just says that it has oxygen in the atmosphere. So that's why Kerbals keep their helmets on while they're at Lathe. Just an FYI. But with Lathe, I would need like 4,000 meters per second of delta V in my shuttle just to take off, and that doesn't include nuclear engines. The nuclear engines have a crappy thrust to weight ratio, and Lathe's pretty big, so I don't even think we would have enough thrust to weight ratio. But yeah, finishing up our orbital insertion here. Have a pretty good orbit. This has been Derp Nerd. Episode 2 will be coming out soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.